Have you ever felt like the weight of the world is on your shoulders? Like no matter what you do, the stress just keeps piling up? What if I told you that there's a way to turn that stress into something that empowers you instead of holds you back? Stick with me until the end of this video, and I'll share some life-changing stress management techniques that can help you transform your life too. Let me take you back a few years to a time when I felt completely overwhelmed. I was juggling a million things: work, relationships, personal goals, and to be honest, I felt like I was barely keeping my head above water. Stress was a constant companion. I remember waking up every morning, already feeling exhausted, even before the day had really begun. The pressure kept building, and soon I found myself stuck in a cycle, one where I felt like no matter what I did, I just couldn't get ahead. It felt like the world was closing in on me, and I had nowhere to turn. One afternoon when I had a panic attack in the middle of a meeting, I felt like I was losing control over everything. That moment changed me. I realized I needed to take charge of my stress, not let it control me. But here's the thing. At first, I didn't know how. Stress management wasn't something I had ever really thought about seriously before. I thought, hey, everyone's stressed. It's just part of life. But it doesn't have to be. So, I started to research. I read books. I listened to podcasts. I even talked to people who seemed to handle stress effortlessly. Over time, I began to discover simple yet powerful techniques that completely changed how I manage stress in my life. It wasn't overnight, but step by step, I learned to not just cope with stress, but to master it. And now, I'm here to share these powerful tools with you. But first, why does it matter? Stress, in small doses, is actually a natural part of life. It can help you stay focused, keep you motivated, and get things done. But when stress gets out of hand, that's when it becomes a problem. Chronic stress can cause all sorts of health issues, like headaches, trouble sleeping, and even heart problems. It can hurt your relationships, and most importantly, it can prevent you from living your best life. And that's why finding the right tools and strategies is so important. In fact, one of the best resources I came across in my journey is a book called Stress Management for Life. A research-based experiential approach. This isn't just another book, it's an experience. It's packed with tools, principles, and exercises that will help you not just manage stress, but prevent it entirely. And the best part? It comes with stress-reducing audio files that guide you through proven techniques. If you're serious about making a change, this book is a must-read. There are two types of stress. First, acute stress happens quickly, usually within a few minutes to a few hours after an event. It is intense but short-lasting, typically lasting less than a few weeks. It often occurs after something upsetting or unexpected happens, like a sudden loss, an assault, or a natural disaster. Chronic stress, on the other hand, lasts for a long time or keeps coming back. It can happen if you're under constant pressure or if your daily life is very difficult. For example, you might experience chronic stress if you're a caregiver or living in poverty. So today, we're going to talk about how you can take control of your stress and turn it into something that actually helps you. If you're living with high levels of stress, it's putting your overall well-being at risk. Stress affects your emotional balance and harms your physical and mental health. It can make it harder to think clearly, function properly, and enjoy life. Identify the causes of stress in your life. Managing stress starts with identifying what causes it in your life. This might not be as easy as it sounds. Major stressors like changing jobs, moving, or going through a divorce are easier to spot, but figuring out the sources of ongoing stress can be trickier. Often we overlook how our own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors add to our daily stress. You may know you're stressed about work deadlines, but your procrastination might be the real cause of the stress. not the actual demands of the job. To identify what's really stressing you out, take a close look at your habits, attitude, and excuses. Do you brush off stress as temporary, saying, "I just have a lot on my plate right now," even though you can't remember the last time you took a break? Do you see stress as a normal part of your work or home life, thinking, "Things are always hectic here," or just part of who you are, like "I'm just a nervous person"? Do you blame your stress on other people or outside circumstances, or accept it as something that's just part of life? Until you recognize how you might be contributing to or maintaining your stress, it will remain out of your control. Here are some techniques to manage stress. One of the easiest and most effective ways to manage stress is deep breathing. When you practice deep breathing, you turn on your body's natural ability to relax. Think of your breath like a remote control for your body. When you're stressed, your breath becomes short and shallow. But when you take a few deep breaths, it tells your body, "Hey, we're okay." We don't need to fight or flee right now. There's actual science behind this too. Deep breathing helps lower cortisol levels, which is the hormone responsible for stress. It activates your parasympathetic nervous system, helping you shift from fight or flight mode to a state of relaxation. If you practice this consistently, you'll start to notice a shift in how you react to stress in your daily life. 2. Mindful movement. Stress doesn't just live in your head. Stress often builds up in our bodies. That's why mindful movement, like walking, yoga, or stretching, is so powerful. It's not about burning calories, it's about releasing tension and resetting your mind. The more you move, the more your body naturally combats stress. Did you know that studies show that even a 10-minute walk can significantly reduce stress hormones? Exercise releases endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. So, next time you're feeling stressed, get up, stretch, or take a quick walk. It can make a huge difference. 3. Time management. Make time for you. Let's talk about something that makes a huge difference: time management. When we don't manage our time, stress can take over. But when we take control of our schedule, everything changes. One tool that's helped me tremendously is Goals on Track. It's a web-based system that helps you set goals, track your progress, and build productive habits. Whether you want to manage your time better, stay motivated, or visualize your goals, this tool keeps you accountable and makes sure you're making progress every day. If you're looking for an easy way to stay on track, I highly recommend checking it out. A powerful time management tip is the Pomodoro technique. This involves working in focused 25-minute intervals with short breaks in between. It keeps you productive while preventing burnout. Try it out, and you might notice how much more efficiently you handle your workload. 4. Support system. You're not alone. Lastly, don't forget your support system. Having people around who understand and support you is key to handling stress. If you don't have that, consider reaching out to a trusted friend or joining a community that shares your values. You don't have to face stress alone. Another underrated tool? Journaling. Writing down your thoughts can help you process emotions and reduce stress. It provides clarity and allows you to see solutions more clearly. Give it a try. By now, you've learned 4 simple techniques that can help you take control of your stress: deep breathing, mindful movement, time management, and building a support system. These aren't just tips. I've used them in my own life to go from overwhelmed and burned out to calm, focused, and more in control. And I know you can do the same. The truth is, stress doesn't have to control you. You have the power to manage it and even use it to fuel your growth. It takes time, it takes practice, but most importantly, it takes commitment. Let's make an impact together.